Hey everybody, Cinema Freak here, and I'll be joined by...
Tenacious.
So, just a year ago, we reviewed Cobra Kai Season 3.
We did?
Yeah, and can you guess what we're gonna do today?
I don't know, even though I know. It's Cobra Kai Season 4.
Oh yeah. Okay, how many times has two seasons of the same show released in the same year?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy and funny to me. But, yeah, this will include spoilers, by the way, because we gotta talk about stuff.
I mean, outside of Andrew Garfield, who watches the show?
Exactly. Alright, so when we last left off in season 3,
I kept on calling it Cobra Cock because I thought I was funny.
yeah,
Turns out I'm not.
exactly. So when we last left off, Johnny and Daniel finally teamed up to unite the kids and defeat Cobra Kai soon. And
Speaking of Cobra Kai, we sort of got a parallel with, like, Kreese and Silver as they finally reunite. And, oh boy, there's a bunch of crazy parallels in this show.
yeah, well, can you explain that then?
Okay, so I know you already said spoilers, but like spoilers. So in the middle of the show, Johnny and Daniel split up, and I guess we should talk about that. How do you feel about Johnny and Daniel splitting up?
Well, this is this season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a subversion of the expectations because, like, I
You
don't know.
thought they would be working together?
I mean, that's what was supposed to happen. That's what season 3 ended off on, but, like,
Okay. So the many parallels in this season are phenomenal, actually, and it's sort of genius. So in the middle of Cobra Kai, we got Daniel and Johnny splitting up, and that the end, Kreese and Silver both break up. And I don't know, I sort of like the parallels between them.
yeah, I mean, like, I never thought of it that way, but, like, yeah, like, season 3 ended off with, like, Johnny and Daniel getting together, not like that. And then, like, Kreese calling Silver, and we think, like, things are gonna go well, but, like, throughout this season, things go well for Kreese and Silver for the most part, but yeah, Johnny and Daniel not so much. But by the end of the season, complete reversal. They're actually like I've always noticed there's a lot of reversals with this show. Like
Yeah.
some characters will get corruption arcs, others will get redemption arcs. Like by the end of each season, someone's good, someone's bad.
So speaking of reversal arcs, another parallel that I like to point out is the little black kid. What was his name?
Kenny.
Kenny. So Kenny sort of parallels Johnny. I mean, not Johnny. Daniel from the first Karate Kid movie. And like Daniel's son is like the Johnny Lawrence of like Kenny's Karate Kid story.
Exactly. And like at the beginning it's just like that, but by the end of the season, now Kenny is the jerk and Anthony is like the one who's
Still a jerk.
yeah, but like he's still, defenseless, like no longer a bully. And which by the way, like say what you want about Anthony, but at least he's an actual character now. He's not just
Yeah.
the dick brother. He's like actually becoming a character. And hopefully we'll be even more of one next season.
And speaking of actual characters and not actual characters, Juanita. No, what was her name?
Aisha?
Aisha. Sorry to all my Juanitas out there. You're cool. But Aisha, what was the point?
I mean, talk about just being dropped. And like if I remember, yeah, the exact reason she left, it's just the writers don't know what to do with her, so bye, I guess.
And they barely even acknowledged her throughout like season 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of a shame. And like I almost hope she comes back like permanently to actually do something again.
But she's just here. Sam just goes to her house and she's like, "Hey, okay, bye."
It's exactly like that.
And another character returns, Stingray.
Stingray. So Stingray actually kind of matters to the plot now, especially at the end.
Like, he's still a joke character, but this time he, like, matters.
Yeah, so, like, it's fun to see that, and it's just funny. Like,
I like the whole party scene and how it... Again, another parallel. Season 2, I believe, when they were all at the party and Sam got drunk.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, he was also the reason that party happened, so, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they really do a lot with them, because, I mean, it's
I mean,
Stingray.
like, Stingray plays an important part in, like, getting Kreese arrested. And
Yeah.
speaking of Kreese, oh my god.
So, is he actually becoming better?
Our little grandpappy. He's a nice guy and not the bad guy.
And it's, like, once again, reversals.
Yeah.
Like, Kreese was the one who, basically corrupted Terry again. Like, Terry was, like, good at the beginning of the season. He was trying to, like, move past all the bad stuff he did, but...
Wait, who's Terry?
Silver?
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Just refer to him as Silver.
Well, screw you. Now, yeah, like, you revert him back to his old ways, and then, like, that leads to Silver turning on him.
Yeah.
So, like... And, like, I do think it makes sense that, like, by the end, that Kreese would, eventually learn that, like, it's best not to cheat the system, to actually let, the students do what, like, at the end, letting Tori do how... letting Tori fight however she wanted, because, yeah, it didn't work well the first 2 times in, like, the first and third movie.
Yeah.
When, you know, he
Johnny.
tried to use Johnny as well as Mike Barnes to fight Daniel, but that didn't work. So, yeah, he actually learned something, which I
Yeah.
like.
And speaking of Tori, oh my god, Sam's such an asshole.
Alright, this I wanted to talk about.
Now, I heard you, yeah, unfortunately, Cinema Freak is a Redditor. But
Sort of.
he was on the Cobra Kai Reddit a few years back, and I remember you telling me that, like, everyone hated Sam.
Yeah, and,
Didn't they also hate Tori?
well, it just depends on the way you look at it. They just hate Sam because, like...
She's a woman.
Well, that too, but, like... She, you know, is just kind of a whiner and has problems. Almost as if she's a flawed character. This is what aggravates me. You people, I bet all the people saying Sam sucks is like the same people who hate Ray. Like, you want flawed female characters, right? You don't want them to, like, be overpowered or be
Mary
perfect.
Sue's.
That's the word. But when we have a character who's actually like that, who actually has flaws, makes mistakes, and you guys just shit on her. And they really hate the fact, and I don't know if you agree with this, that, like, Sam is just basically bullying Tori this whole season. But, like, can you please remember what happened at the end of Season 2 and throughout all of Season 3? Tori's trying to kill Sam
Yeah.
throughout all of it. And I actually applaud this season for making me not hate Tori anymore, because we definitely got a little more insight as to why she is the way she is.
Situation.
Yeah, and she actually does learn to become better, and Sam's actually the one making things worse. And yeah, you don't like watching it, but it makes sense. I feel like Sam is so rightful to be pissed at her, because admittedly Tori did way worse things.
Yeah, and Tori and Sam are both the reason why Miguel did a Gwen Stacy at the end of Season 2.
Exactly. I don't see how... Yeah, that's another thing. People, like, will shit on Sam for cheating on Robbie when Miguel's just at fault. Because...
Everyone is at fault.
Exactly. Everyone in this show makes mistakes.
Everyone is a suspect.
It's just like how people are crapping on Daniel all the time, but not Johnny. Because, like, oh yeah, Daniel's always, like, full of himself. That's just who he is. Like, it makes sense that he'll always see himself as the right one, because he was under the teachings of a very wise man, and Johnny is just Johnny.
And at the end of this season, Daniel kind of like lets that go, so that way like Sam can like do her own
Yeah, he
style.
actually has what we like to call a character arc and learns something.
Yeah. So it's like, shut up.
And these are Cobra Kai fans in a nutshell. I mean, like these are the same people who like say Daniel was the real bully in the Karate Kid. Newsflash: watch the Karate Kid again, and you'll see that like again, as much as I like Johnny, as much as we all like Johnny, he was an asshole in that movie.
Yeah.
Like Daniel was like his only flaw was just like being a little stick up the ass and like kind of being a bit of a nuisance, but like he's nowhere near to being a bully. Oh man,
It's just
get a
an
rain
80s
check,
movie.
guys. So while we're talking about great characters, Amanda, like
She finally became a character.
I
Like,
mean,
I didn't have a problem with her, but she was just there. She barely contributed to the plot.
yeah, it kind of seems like unless you're a character from the original movies or like a teen character, you aren't really gonna get much in this show. But like, yeah, I like how she actually kind of learns more about Tori and finally,
Wants to help her.
yeah, and it's not just about like shitting on the person who tried to like kill your daughter. It's about having both of them make amends.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just like how they're starting to do stuff with the characters, like the side characters. Especially that one guy from the dealership who was in a biker gang and beat up Johnny.
Oh yeah. That's what the show has always been doing. They're always taking characters who are kind of minor at first, but like actually giving them more to do. Like what we said earlier, Stingray or Anthony.
Yeah. And, man, speaking of characters. Oh my god, Miguel.
All right, so Miguel. So I was not expecting the ending of the season to like happen that way. So
Yeah.
like,
Can my grandma make a cameo? That'd be
sure,
funny.
whatever you want. So like, all right, the scene where Johnny's all drunk and like Miguel's tucking him into bed when he says like I love you as a son, and it's like it's so wholesome, and then you find out he actually meant it towards Robbie, and it's like that's definitely what set up the ending where like
Yeah.
you really realize that Miguel actually does feel the same way Robbie does, and that he realizes it, and he thinks that he probably does think that Johnny and Robbie should finally have that father and son relationship, and he really has just been getting in the way of all that this whole time.
And it sucks. Because,
Yeah.
like, Johnny and Miguel have been together, and Johnny fucked Miguel's mom. Which
I
is
mean,
kind of cool, by the way.
They really are like the heart of this show. Like they probably have the best dynamic of any two characters. That's like it's literally what the show revolves around.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, damn, dude.
And now Miguel's probably gonna die by Walter White.
So this actually is a good time to bring up what can happen in season 5. So if you don't know, according to set photos and predictions, rumors, Johnny and Robbie are actually going to go to Mexico to find Miguel, and I can only imagine how that'll work out.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and like, who knows the crazy stuff that could happen? Like, Miguel's dad could literally be like some Mexican cartel leader.
Serial killer.
I don't know. I'm actually thinking like it may literally be like the last Rambo movie and how he's like going to save his kid, you could say, who's trying to find their real parent, who ends up being like the leader of the cartel, and it only goes from there. There might be like some underground fighting or whatever. Like we could finally stick a new location on this show.
I wonder what legacy characters they could bring back. Like they're just randomly in Mexico. The next Karate Kid.
Yeah, like in terms of legacy characters that could return, Mike Barnes is definitely the most potential one, and since you haven't seen the sequels, he was like almost the Johnny Lawrence of the third movie. He was used by Terry Silver as like
Oh my god.
the opponent.
Speaking of the sequels, since we're talking about the ending, actually I'll let you do this bit. Continue.
Okay. I do believe Mike Barnes is most likely to return, especially since like the actor was even on Cobra Kai Theory and even sparked interest in returning. So like, it kind of has to happen at this point. The question is like, would he be more willing to work with Daniel now, or like once again join up with Terry Silver? It's like, who knows? Although he did say that, like, as you mentioned earlier, that the next Karate Kid, Julie, I think her name was, is probably like more likely to return, and I can see that happening.
And speaking of which, why is that the only Karate Kid movie on Netflix?
Yeah, well,
and the remake.
So when Cobra Kai like was first came to Netflix, 2 and 3 weren't there. Actually, like the whole trilogy wasn't. And then they came back, and you missed your chance to watch them.
Yeah.
And then they were removed again.
Which, like, doesn't make sense at all. It's sort of like the Boss Baby.
Yeah, you seriously need to watch the sequels.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna do that?
I don't know.
At least buy the DVD.
I hope there's like a collection, like how they had the Matrix collection with the Animatrix.
I believe there is. Just gotta go to Zia. That's all you gotta do. So,
but yeah, maybe like Julia's in Mexico.
I mean, I can only think about the possibilities. Maybe she's like really rich and like she's kind of the key to bringing down Cobra Kai like as a business. Because remember, like...
Even though her movie was the key to bringing down the franchise.
Oh, irony. So, like... But yeah, Terry Silver at the end of this season is, like, gonna really expand Cobra Kai. Make it, like, a full-on business. And now they're, like, super powerful. So it's like, ooh, how else could they, like, stop them? You just never know.
Yeah. But, speaking of legacy characters... Okay, so the Japanese guy from season 3 and like Karate Kid 2, I already forgot his name.
Chosen.
Wait,
hold on.
The Chosen One.
Yeah.
Like Paul from Doom. Yeah, so the Chosen One appears at the end of Cobra Kai season 4, and he's like at Mr. Miyagi's grave in America.
Yeah, and you know, this is really what I want more of. Like, they didn't just bring him back for like that one episode in season 3. He's actually like a mainstay.
Yeah.
And it's like so cool. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge how cool this show is? Like, did you ever think this would happen? Like, just some obscure character from a sequel to like a popular movie would like really be utilized this much.
And oh my god, Cobra Kai has come like a really long way. I already mentioned this before. But I saw the first 2 episodes on YouTube Red back in 2017. And I did not expect it to, like, go to Netflix and become, like, this 4-season show with, like, freaking Andrew Garfield saying, like, it's his favorite show.
And it's not just 4 seasons, by the way. Like,
yeah, like, there's gonna be more.
At least 6 seasons, they say.
But, like, this show has come so far from being, like, a YouTube Red original.
Yeah, I mean, it was already good to begin with, but, like, man, is it expanding?
God.
Like, why does the Karate Kid, this, like...
One movie from the 80s.
Admittedly good movie from the 80s, just get this much? Like, I don't like bringing this up, but, like, it really did get more justice than Star Wars ever did.
And I guess Halloween and, like, The Matrix.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is how you do, like, a reunion.
Yeah, and it does help that it's a show and not, like, a movie. This would not have, like, nearly reached the same impact if it was a movie.
And, like, a lot of people would be saying it's, like, a garbage cash grab Hollywood.
Yeah, but by making it a show, they just have so much more freedom.
Yeah.
And it's just the way they're able to balance the old characters and new characters.
Yeah.
It's just...
If only Marvel could do the same thing.
Damn.
Sorry, guys. I have to slander Marvel. It's my new favorite thing to do since I'm exposed to real cinema. Like, The Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. So, back to when I said, like, according to the prediction that Johnny and Robbie are going to Mexico, I really do hope that this season kind of, like, has more of, like, a dynamic between Miguel and Robbie. Because, like, they're enemies. They really hate each other. But that's only when they actually meet. They rarely interacted this season. And it's like, there's got to be so much feud between them, and like I don't even know who hates each other more. But like again, as I said, Miguel probably has more of an understanding towards him, and it's like, and we didn't even talk about the fact that like Robbie is definitely not as evil as he was at last season, because like he's actually become, like, much to my surprise, like even more likable than like, even in season 2. I was expecting both Robbie and Tori to go like full evil this season, basically become like Bonnie and Clyde, but like instead of just becoming like this really toxic couple, I did predict they'd like end up together. We knew that would happen, but they're actually like a good couple, like especially at the at prom, like you kind of see like they're getting along better than Miguel and Sam are right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. They didn't just become a couple because like, oh, plot demands it. It's like they're actually developing chemistry.
Sorry, I was just looking at the set photos as you were talking. But
Yes.
like, yeah, they're pretty cool, even though there's literally nothing. It's just like random set photos, like stuff that isn't too big, but like we already know.
Yeah.
But speaking of Robbie, I really like how he's sort of like this mentor slash big brother figure to like Kenny.
Oh yeah, that's like his main role this season, was kind of like taking this new student under his wing, and he realizes that like Kenny's kind of become ass now, so like, and he feels that guilt. He actually realizes, oh crap, I've turned this kid evil.
He's just like me.
So like, a lot of people were thinking that like after this season, Robbie and Tori are like gonna become, like, I guess Miyagi-Do students and like revert back to that. But like, I think it makes more sense that they're gonna stay with Cobra Kai for now.
Also, wasn't it Tori who like found out that like Silver cheated?
Exactly. So like, my question is like, who is she gonna tell about that? And like,
Cause like, Kreese is arrested. Like, what is Kreese gonna do?
exactly. It's like Terry's running things now.
Yeah. And he's definitely gonna like, I don't know, sort of like a snake, and he like
Ooh.
figures things out. Like, what's gonna happen if like Tori tells Sam? Is Sam gonna like kill her?
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like, are they gonna like kind of make amends this season? Because like
Next season.
I mean, Tori kind of like forgives her now, but like Sam probably still has that shit building up. So, one could only imagine.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, as I said, I think like Robbie and Tori are gonna stay in Cobra Kai and probably not like work against it, but like just make it better.
Sort of like how Johnny was trying to do it, but failed.
Yeah. So like, but I do believe by the end of the show they're gonna be like a part of Miyagi-Do, and they'll definitely like be on the good side officially.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. We've been talking about it a lot throughout this review, but now we're finally going to talk about Terry Silver's role in like Cobra Kai season.
I gotta just say this now. I think he's one of the best villains ever. Like, I seriously mean this. Just the way they utilized this character that was like, admittedly really fun in Karate Kid 3, but like, the plot was just stupid in that movie. Like, the whole point was that you wanted to manipulate Daniel into becoming like more bad because Kreese like asked that from him, and so it comes up with this elaborate plan to like have him join Cobra Kai and like make him go through a lot of pain, and then like, I don't know, I guess finally reveal to him like the plan all along and then beat his ass at the tournament. But like, what was the point of revealing it before the tournament? Like, I don't know. It was all mess. You haven't seen the movie.
Yeah. But, like, I really like how they were just building it up. Like, oh, we got a nice little grandpa coming back for a reunion special. And then he just becomes evil and eviler. And then he kills Stingray.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, I like how he's basically more manipulative and honestly smarter than Kreese. Like, he actually has tactics for teaching the students. And how he like realizes that everybody does in fact have a weakness, and he realizes it for both Kreese and himself, and is able to use that to get Kreese arrested and take control of Cobra Kai. It's like, Jesus Christ, is he actually the main villain of the show now?
Yeah. And like speaking of Kreese, what's gonna happen with like him and Johnny? Because like Johnny's definitely gonna find out that Kreese got arrested.
Yeah, and they're probably all gonna figure it out, because like everyone at Cobra Kai is probably gonna know it, and so that means eventually
More
everyone
drama.
else is gonna know. Yeah, so like there's a lot of things people know right now that other characters don't, so that'll definitely be brought up. And like the question also is like,
what is Kyler gonna do?
Kyler was so funny this season.
I'm going to ASU. Bro, this asshole Kyler.
I don't want him coming to ASU. Not while I'm there.
He's gonna kick your ass.
Forgot to talk about Hawk. I just kind of went this whole review without mentioning him. So yeah, he gets his hair shaved, and now he no longer has the mohawk. But like, what I love about like the last episode and how he kind of realizes that, oh yeah, it's kind of not worth it, and like Hawk was just an alternative identity, and like he sort of realizes, yeah, he doesn't need to be Hawk to like be successful, so he kicks Kyler's ass, rightfully so.
Speaking of the dojo, I gotta say those moments were like kind of funny, especially with like Johnny joining Daniel's lesson.
Oh yeah, that was always fun.
And then, okay, the hockey episode, that was just so funny. And I like how, like, after one of the hockey players called them, like, boyfriends, they didn't even deny it. Like, Daniel's like, no.
Oh yeah, I get all of those hockey players just, like, they acted so unprofessional. Like, they do something illegal, and then, like, they get called out for it just because, like, they pointed it out. And then they just start, like, these professional athletes start roasting Daniel. And it's like, come on, guys. It's just a sport. You know, that's actually something every character should realize. It's just a sport. And, like, sometimes I really think, like, no character really has a life in this show. Like, they keep worrying about karate when it's like, shouldn't these kids be focused on school?
I mean, like, at the end of season 2, they all get suspended. So, like...
Well, then they came back immediately.
They don't even go to school anymore.
Yeah, we barely see them at school. Like, the only character I remember seeing at school is, like, Anthony and Kenny.
Yeah.
Like,
and then...
What is that?
This prick, Miguel, is like, oh, I want to go to Harvard. I'm smart. But, like, you're not in school, so, like, how are you going to go there?
Exactly. Like, yeah, this is just kind of the thing.
And
like,
they're definitely going to find about, like, him being suspended.
Yeah, I do think that should be brought up. He's literally just, like, ditching school and everything to, like, go to Mexico. Like, realistically, this is a dumb idea.
Yeah.
How does he even know how to find his dad?
He doesn't even know what he looks like.
Yeah. He won't even know who he is, because, like, his dad doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What if it's Nacho Libre?
So, another, like, thing that happens in this season...
We're going to go back to, like, the whole Daniel and Johnny teaching lessons.
Yeah, Daniel teaches the Cobra Kai students Miyagi-Do.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Eagle Fang. It's Eagle Fang.
Yeah, Eagle Fang. And Johnny teaches the Miyagi-Do students... Eagle Fang? Well, no, it's still Cobra Kai. The teachings is Cobra Kai. So, this is called Eagle Fang. It definitely shows some interesting things because, like, Sam learns to use Cobra Kai and, like, go on offense, which actually leads to, like, her doing better at the tournament. And she would have won if it weren't for Terry Silver's scummy ass. So, like, yeah, we actually know, like, she learned something. And, like, it's more about... And that's what Daniel and Johnny learn at the end. It's not just about one teaching's better than the other. It's about what the students can learn from both of them. Yeah. Because, like... Miyagi-Do always seemed like the morally better one, but, like, you can't just do everything from defense. That's not how you win a tournament. And they needed to do it too because like obviously with Robbie on Cobra Kai, he teaches them all Miyagi-Do, so they all know how to defend well. So it's like it's actually necessary. Both sides are learning and adapting. God, this show's so good.
I also like how Sam does a Tobey Maguire and like jumps off the building.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what the other students did. Did they also jump off?
Yeah, and also like those mattresses were so poorly arranged. Like anyone who falls is dead. Now, I also think like in terms of introducing new characters, I feel like we should see more people on Cobra Kai. Because like as of right now, if you don't count like Robbie and Tori, we just have Kyler
And Kenny. Two
Yeah.
Ks.
So like
Every kiss begins with K.
introduce like a deadly character on Cobra Kai.
A deadly character who kills for sport.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we
A
have
Rambo.
actual assassins? In fact, something I don't think
Assassins.
the show never really like brought up how like every character who joins karate in this show don't really know it beforehand, and like they're in high school now. Like in real life, karate and like wrestling and other things, like you need to have like experience way before then to really be great by high school. Like
Yeah.
the fact that Miguel won like his first year of learning, that does not happen. You have to like be doing it your whole life.
Yeah.
Because people learn very early. Because I even knew people in real life who like did karate when they were in kindergarten.
Like
I mean,
me, even though I quit.
Oh, you actually tried it out?
Yeah, I got to, I believe it was, I don't know the tiers, but like, I believe it was brown belt. But yeah, I sucked at it. I didn't want to do it. Then I was also forced to do soccer. But like, yeah, karate's not.
I never even bothered because like this show almost really makes me wish I learned how to do it at one point.
But like, what am I gonna use it for?
Yeah, I mean it could be helpful to like fight a little bit, but you just actually have to come across that.
Yeah.
And that's what this show does bring up. Like karate is just useful. Like you need to defend yourself a little bit because there's some stinky people in the world.
Yeah. Like a stinky person coming to ASU
He's
called
the best
Kyler.
Around.
Kyler versus Cinema Freak. Who will win in
Okay.
Cobra Kai Season 5?
You know, it's okay. This is funny to me too because, like, if we exist in the Cobra Kai universe, there's no denying that we don't. I'd still go to ASU. I canonically would meet Kyler.
And make out.
God, shut up! What the hell? They referenced Star Wars finally. Remember, like our last review, we say how like Robbie is literally Anakin Skywalker. They even mention that in this show.
They did?
Yeah, the last
Oh,
episode,
yeah.
like.
With like Hawk and like.
Of course, it was Dimitri of all characters, who
Yeah, Dimitri.
we've just now brought up Dimitri this whole review.
I forgot about him, but like, yeah, he's sort of my least favorite character. But like, it's not like he's a bad character. It's just that
It's just,
I hate the little nerd.
Yeah,
Like, he's like me.
yeah, but like Jesus Christ, he has quite the girlfriend now. Like you'd never have expected him to, like strike that much gold.
But then again, this is like the Karate Kid, so like,
Yeah, that always has to happen.
yeah.
Finally, we already did this a little bit. Predictions for not just next season, but future seasons in general. So we already talked about, like, what's gonna go down in Mexico, and, like, possible characters that could show up.
But like, the thing that I'm most intrigued about is like the finale of the show. If it ever ends. Like,
Well, it will end, but, like,
what would be the finale?
I don't know. I imagine that, like, Cobra Kai just shuts the hell down. Like, and, like, maybe Miyagi-Do becomes more of, like, a business. I don't know. Which would kind of go against it, is the thing. Like, yeah, like, I definitely believe that's going to happen. Like, karate's going to spread more as a thing, but it would not be Cobra Kai, because...
Okay, I sort of forgot about this just now, but wasn't the deal that, like, if they lost a tournament, they would shut down Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang?
And that is true, but remember, Kreese has been arrested, so like that deal may not even apply anymore. And like no one ever said like it was not a signed contract. Like there's nothing really stopping from Daniel and Johnny from like keeping it going.
Yeah.
So like
Also,
yeah, there you go.
I wonder how. I think the Eagle Fang kids are gonna join Miyagi-Do because like Johnny and Miguel are both in Mexico along with Robbie.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Actually, I honestly think that like Eagle Fang's just not gonna like be a thing anymore.
And like the new girl, the new competitive girl, I think she's gonna have like a rivalry with like Sam, sort of like Tori, but like
as if she needs more rivalries. But yeah, and as I said, like I'd say, Miguel and Robbie, they're gonna like have closure, not hate each other anymore.
And become brothers.
Same with Sam and Tori, they'll become sisters. And actually, like Miguel and Robbie, they need to become brothers because like they're literally gonna become like stepbrothers soon.
So that's a thing. I kind of want you to explain. So like, since Johnny is like with Miguel's mom, so like Robbie still technically lives with his mom, his birth mother.
Wait a minute, where is he living? I kind of forgot.
And
like,
how?
Is he still staying with his mom? Because like,
I mean,
I thought that was
because like his birth mom comes up to Johnny and he's like, "Oh, that asshole Kreese and Silver, they gave him a car."
Oh yes, that
and
is
money.
what happening.
She's still a character, by the way.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like,
we should probably see more of her, not because they want to, but because like it needs to be addressed. Because like,
but what's the situation? Because like, what's the situation with that? Because if Robbie is gonna be with Johnny now, like, is Robbie gonna move in with like Johnny and Miguel, or is he still gonna stay with his birth mother? I don't really know like the legal situation behind that.
yeah, yeah, it is a chance it could move in with Johnny soon. It is that way.
Maybe we'll see a court battle between Johnny and his ex.
Every show needs a court battle.
Yeah. Better Call Saul.
I knew you were gonna say that.
What else?
What else? All right, I think we're gonna see like probably a little bit of like Kreese in prison, which will be pretty cool. Like,
I wonder if he's gonna meet like Kenny's brother, and they talk about like Kenny.
Right. Well,
And
Kenny's brother is not in prison. He's in like juvenile. So that's what I do think is this might be a stretch, but so in case you didn't know, one of like the Cobra Kai like Johnny's friends from the original Karate Kid, Dutch was his name. He wasn't in Cobra Kai because actor didn't want to return, I guess, and so they say in the show that he was just in prison. So maybe, just maybe, he could actually meet with Kreese. And like that's where we first see him again.
And speaking of which, I know one of them died, but like I would kind of like to see like, I know one of them died in I believe season 2 or season 1, but I would like to see Johnny and his friends get back together and they have like an old man trip in Mexico.
Yeah, we already saw Bobby in season 3, so it was like, yeah, that was nice. I think like we could always just see like his friends show up again. There's nothing stopping that.
I mean, like, what if they actually run into the cartel? Like, Johnny's gonna need some help, and
yeah.
Johnny's old.
Well, they're all old.
Well,
he's actually aged like the better of all his friends.
Yeah, because you got Mike from Breaking Bad there. And I forgot the other two. This is why they need a return. Also because like my memory is fuzzy. It's been like technically 2 years.
So Tommy's the dead one. Bobby's like the more lighthearted one from like the original movie. And I think the other's Jimmy. He's like, I don't remember anything about him. And then Dutch is like
in prison.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we're just excited for Cobra Kai season 5. And
any other season that comes after.
I guess that'll be the end of this review, unless you want to talk about anything else.
I don't know. The show's great. Even more than I think.
Here's one thing that I would like in season 5 and 6. More one-shots. Like, the ending of season 3, how it takes place in like the LaRusso house, and it's like this one shot take of like everyone fighting.
Yeah.
Even though like
I agree.
we'll probably never get something as insane as like season 2 or season three's ending. I would still like something like that with more one
Well,
shot.
actually, I do think like every season ends off with like either the tournament or some like insane fight scene, like in season 2 and 3. So like, what do you think could happen at the end of season 5? Like, it's probably not going to be a tournament.
Yeah,
but
because
it's
we
gotta
just
have,
got it. I guess another insane fight.
like, it could be like a mall or a, I don't. Well, think about it, because like there are like karate dojos in malls,
Yeah.
and like there's going to be more Cobra Kai's opening up. Ooh.
Ooh.
I think it would be cool, honestly.
But
But yeah, that's
that's really it.
show writers, keep up the good work.
Redditors.
You're doing better than most.
Yeah, and Redditors, shut up and watch the show for once. Like, it feels like you guys are falling asleep while watching this show. Like, shut up. Damn. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.